What's up, Crystal Hives Live? Welcome to Friday Champions Challenge night. Camera's a little weird. I moved my setup a little bit. Forgot to adjust my webcam. How dare I? That's a little better. All right. Champions Challenge night. That means you gotta do the exclamation fight. Throw down the gauntlet against me. Pick a deck that I'm gonna play or a type of matchup we're gonna do. I feel like my music just crapped out. There we go. So as always, as viewers stroll in, I'm just going to start a random game here. Opponent is doing a 68 or below. Still testing for the Cote League. Got my butt whooped this round, so I'm hoping to I have to show my starting hand here because it's actually good. I've been having a crappy day worth of starting hands in any of the games I've played, so it's nice seeing a good starting hand. So first and foremost, I guess I already said good luck, have fun. First and foremost, I've got a crazy amount of Untamed here. I don't want to play It's Coming because I don't want to telegraph that I'm going to play that. So I'm going to start with Shadows and start with my Nexus. And they play Taliga. I think... because I just have to get rid of that Taliga because I've got a lot of creatures coming in here, so I'm going to go Shadows. Pop Opportunist on Nexus, kill Taliga, call that a turn. Feels so good that it's Friday. It's been a long week. It still feels like it's kind of off center. That's better. Going Untamed. Let's go. It's Coming. I always forget what the playability is. Okay. Alright. So I grab all my Niffle creatures is what's happening. So let's go Keyfrog. I'm going to get rid of the Briar Grubbling because that's a really hard creature to fight. And I'm going to take both my Niffle Apes here. This is why I had to kill that Taliga, is because I was just going to have way too many creatures hitting the board. Just by playing that, they were going to get a key. So this is a Dark Amber Vault deck. I'll pop up the deck list here. I got my merch scroller up. I'm gonna turn that off. It's a Niflkong, Dark Amber Vault, and Double Axiom deck. My opponent's giving me shit for asking for people to play a 68 and below. I was like, he just forfeit because I dropped all that untamed shit. Whatever. People are gonna do what they're gonna do, right? Yes, this is a 68, I promise. Bow. Do. Anyway, as I was saying, it feels so good for it to be Friday. Very long week, very busy week at work. You get to see work Brian. I'm in my dress shirt and tie. I'm not in my usual t-shirt or hoodie. But yeah, and I wasn't feeling well yesterday either, so if I wasn't gonna feel well today, I was probably gonna cancel stream just because I barely got out of bed. Probably just dehydrated, to be honest. Living at altitude, you have to drink a lot of water every day, and I didn't for a couple days because, you know, adulting. I'll just get another queue going up. I don't know, when I'm testing all my decks for the Kote League, I like to take notes of what I faced, what the deck seems to be weak against, what it seems to be strong against, its main strategy, all that kind of stuff. So that last game was kind of hard to really fully assess, because my opponent just said, fuck it, I'm leaving. Let's see if Fly Lego has a 68 or below. Or two. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Alright, so I'm trying a different deck here. I am trying Infiltrator Paraswarm Ray. It's a Disorian Shadows. The Shadows, I really don't want to see this early. I'm going first. I think I keep it. I'm going to go Dis and just drop Obsidian Forge. So they do have Amber for me to steal, so I'm going to go Shadows. Let's go Rad Penny, steal one. Let's go Reckless Rizzo, kill Rad Penny, shuffle her back in. Gamgee, and let's Vandalize. So I always forget what Vandalize is because I don't have a lot of decks with it. So I look at the top 3 cards of my opponent's deck, discard one, and put the others back in any order. I am going to... I'm going to discard Witch of the Eye and put Radiant Truth on top and call that good. I don't like calling people out by names, but how's everyone doing tonight? Good? shitty. I'm just biding my time as people stroll in. So I'm sitting, enjoying the music. I think my music's probably a little too loud for my microphones. Let me turn that down. Okay. So, the annoying thing is I can't outright kill Ember Imp. So I'm just gonna go Saurian, play Cornicen, do 2 damage. Lycosaurus, do 1 damage. I should have read that card. I always forget that he's the one there. You can put Amber and nuke it. So I will end up playing my entire Saurian hand here. And I'm going to save Legion's March because this is a fun conditional board control. Anytime I use a dinosaur, I do 1 damage to all other non-dinosaur creatures. So I've got 2 on the board. I always forget that Citizen Strix is a mutant. He's not a dinosaur. Okay. What other artifacts do they have? Because I've got Borrow in hand. Sacrificial Altar, Yeah, that's about the best it's gonna get with Round Table. So let's go and go Shadows. Remove stun, remove stun. Let's go ahead and borrow. Thank you. Gamgee and a Mutant Cut Purse. Regrowth, grab Witch of the Eye, bring in Witch of the Eye back. They are well ahead of me on Amber, so I can go Shadows, steal 1, 2. Excuse me. Steal 4. That'd put me at 9, they'd be at 4. I think that's the play I make. So I'm gonna go Shadows. Reap. Reap. Steal 2. And then you're gonna fight Witch of the Eye. Can't allow that Witch of the Eye to stay on the board. For the blue key. They just played a lot of Sanctum, so I'm gonna go Dis. Let's drop the Obsidian Forge. I'm gonna play Mark of Dis. I'm going to lock them into Untamed. Play a Brabble, then play a Cinder. Stirring Grave. What do I want to archive? I'm going to archive my Shrix. Cool. I got a good lock on them. They were only to reap twice and play Witch of the Eye. Unfortunately... Ugh. I don't have a lot of good options. So I think I'm going to go Shadows. Not take my archives. What do I want to put Elusive on? I want to put Elusive on... probably this Taunt creature, actually, on Cinder. Gamgee will reap. Other Gamgee will reap. Let's play a Rad Penny. Steal one. Forgot I have Reckless Rizzo. So I'm going to steal Rizzo. Get out 11 of 6. See, if I were them, I would honestly be killing right now. Taking care of as best they can. I mean, they're all elusive, so it's going to make it tough, but anytime I use Reckless Rizzo, they lose elusive for the next turn. So that's a pretty easy kill. Both Gamgees, I mean, they'd have to dedicate 5 creatures to kill all of them. So it's not an easy task, but it should be a priority. I am going to... I think I'm just going to go Dis, because I can probably win on an Obsidian Forge here. I'm going to Reap with Brabble. Let's play Techno Fiend. Let's play Imp Spectre. Let's play Waking Nightmare. I gotta do the math here. So if I go... So key cost 15. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'd get Steal one here, and I Reap. Yeah, I'm good. Let's Reap, hit there. Hit everything. Boom. Brabble, Rad Penny. Yes. GG. Oh boy. I like that deck. That's mean and fast. All right, I'm done random queuing. Gotta wait for my challengers now. So, there we go. Exclamation fight. Bring it on. So I know I'm definitely not new to the announcement, but Fantasy Flight has officially pushed the release for Dark Tidings in the United States back to April 9th. So that's, give an accurate timeline, actually 4 weeks delayed, unfortunately. It was supposed to release March 12th. So 4 weeks, almost a full month delay. But what that means is we're still getting product. Hasn't been canceled or anything, just been pushed back. They didn't make any official FFG only announcement. The way I heard was from all the stores where I had my pre-order for display boxes. And all of them contacted me today saying that the official release has been pushed back to April 9th. So if there's any delays in charges or whatever, that's why. That just means more time to test old decks. Alright, well, I'm waiting for some people to challenge me and come up with a cool format, deck restriction, or something. I'm going to be right back. My nose is bothering me. So oh, my merch scroller just reminded me. For the iPhone users out there, we now have, in the Crystal Hive merchandise store, iPhone cases are now available. So if you have an iPhone and a Samsung, you can get a, what's the word? You can get a phone case for either line of phones. Got a bunch of other cool stuff in there. Working on some new things that aren't quite there, but will be soon. Sorry, we're just trying to figure out where our meal delivery is. They usually deliver about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. Hey, Mana Dork. sorry, I was distracted again trying to figure out where the fuck our food is. But did you learn to play on TCO, or have you actually learned to play in person? That's the trick, right? I mean, I'm 3.5 years in since release of the game, and I'm still trying to learn to not suck at it. So you're in for a long haul. Learning to play on TCO is a whole different beast. I know we've told you about that before, but if it looks like I'm concentrating on the screen, it's because I am. I am playing without showing the game because I want to entice people to challenge me. And that's the beauty about Keyforge too, is it's like if you're trying to get your friend to play a game like Magic the Gathering, you generally have to have the cards to build a deck for them, or they have to have a lot of money. And it just gets to the point where it's just overwhelming financially to get into those type of games. But hold on 1 second, sorry. But if you have the decks to give them some fun and let them play with like maybe a less than ideal deck, but they still get to try and play and learn. But then they still have to ultimately buy their own stuff unless you're willing to just give them that deck you've built for them. But with Keyforge, it's literally, like you said, yeah, just $15 on Amazon, get them a starter kit. They've got 2 decks. I mean, I've handed out a couple just completely random decks. I mean, I did the raffle last week, but there's just, you can hand those decks out that you don't really like, or they're a little easier to pilot. They're not necessarily that strong, and just mark them as, hey, this is a really good beginner's deck. So you can have a lot of fun just doing that, just getting to the point where you're allowing your friends, family, whatever, to join the game without much of a financial burden for them. I know they've got Calipigian ideal, so I gotta be careful about that, but I should be able to kill them next round. Nope, they're gonna play sorry about that. Let's go Shadows. I'm gonna play Gamgee. I don't know, I'm talking through it. I'm trying to entice everybody. Let's like Reckless Rizzo. Let's hit that. They're gonna beat me to the key here, but and let's pop Rizzo back into the archives. Nice. 73 is a nice SAS range. Again, I always talk about SAS on here with a grain of salt. I've been talking about it a lot, but that's because I've been testing for the Cote League, and each round is SAS restricted, so I have to talk about it. But I find like 72 to 78 is probably the range where I have the strongest, most consistent decks. When I go above that, I have decks that can win in like 4 turns, but sometimes they're just not consistent enough, and they're really at mercy of their matchups. I am going to go Dis, not take my archives. Let's first play Mark of Dis and hit Odoak, lock him into Saurian. Let's play Cinder, and then an Imp Spectre, who's going to capture one on Gamgee. I'm going to play Mindfire and hopefully hit something. Nope, but I did discard a Hit and Run, which isn't bad. What 3 houses are in your AOA deck? How dare you? I refuse to repeat myself on principle. I was just asking what houses are in that 73 AOA deck. Oh boy, what do I want to do here? I think I want to go Shadows, so I'm going to go Shadows. I'll take my archive, sure. Gonna drop a Gamgee over here, Bone Rot there, Reap. Played that a little wrong. I should have played or used Gamgee first, but whatevs. Brobnar Logos Shadows. That's actually a really good lineup because you've got, I mean, in generalities, right? I'm not seeing the exact deck list, but Brobnar for board presence and fighting. If it's AOA, Brobnar AOA is a little does have some interesting potential conditional amber control. Then we've got Logos that just brings consistency and efficiency to your deck, and then Shadows is a lot of stealing. So you've got, for the most part, a well-rounded deck list just by the houses and what the houses are intending to do. Obviously, each house can stray from that. It was not an all-inclusive comment, but it took me a while to actually enjoy playing Brobnar. I had a lot of terrible Brobnar decks in Coda, which turned me off from them as a house in general. Excuse me. But as I got more and more Brobnar set or decks, I just brought myself to the point where, you know what, I need to learn to play them because I'm drawing a lot of them. And in so doing, I really like them. They're sneaky. They're not as straightforward as they seem. Yeah, if you want to link the deck, if you know the name, !D, space, and then type the Archon name, and it'll pull it up with the bot. Or you can copy and paste the link, and I think you won't get banned. I hope my mod bots won't nerf you for posting a link. I think you'll be okay. I'm gonna go Saurian. I'm a little behind here, but I don't want exalt them because they've got Calipigian Ideal, so I'm going to discard. Man, no one wants to fight me tonight. It's because I put on such a strong showing last week. There you go. Look, not only are you learning to play Keyforge on TCO, but you're learning to use Keyforge bots. Oh boy. All right, so what I need to do... Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't have a lot of good options. So my nose just itches. I've got Red Hot Armor, which is going to do, what, 1 point of damage to Legatus Raptor. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Amber and Shadows. And I can steal Library of Polyosaurus to give me 5. Let's do that. I'm going to go Shadows. Let's just go ahead and start. I don't think anything is conditional on me having more or less Amber. Let's do that. And that. And that. And that. And that. And that. Alright, let me actually look at this deck list here. Uh, 1.2 efficiency modifier, that's nice. 16 speed. One of my favorite statistics is efficiency. So I almost always look at that at a deck first, because I want to see how likely it is that the deck is going to be able to go through, reshuffle, and continue to then a second time go back through a deck. Boy. My opponent's whooping me right now. I think what initially stands out to me about that deck is, so your Logos house is clearly going to be your strongest. Let me just go ahead and pop this on the screen while I'm chatting about it. So your Logos house is going to be your strongest. Let's just increase the zoom there. So you've got 21 creatures in the deck. You've got 10 creatures in Logos. And then, yeah, you've got Gengarknot, which is just gross. But you mix that with Might Makes Right. The problem with Might Makes Right in that deck, I guess before I talk about it, have you had difficulty getting Might Makes Right to work? Have you been able to get that? Was it 25 power? Yeah. Have you ever been able to sacrifice at 25 power? Yeah, I think that's the struggle, is your entire Logos list. If I average the power of your creatures, you're looking at a power of like 2.9 or 3. In Shadows, you're looking at an average power of 1 something or 2. Or if you go in Brobnar, you've got a much higher power curve. But I don't think that deck really needs Might Makes Right to win. I think that's just a little icing on the cake. And Fighting Walloon, welcome to the stream. I'm honestly biding time because no one has done the exclamation fight yet. No one's challenged me. But Mana Dork and I were talking about one of his new decks, so I just figured I'd start looking at the deck list. So if you want to throw a deck at me for me to give some commentary on, I'll look at it too. In the overall meta, so again, this is back to you, Mana Dork. So I look at decks in a competitive mindset. So what is it missing in a competitive scene? This expected amber is like right on the cusp of what I consider competitive and fast enough. I usually look for 20 plus. This amber control is rough. So your deck, you're clearly wanting to rush. Just by this strategy, you don't have any artifact control. Your creature control is okay. I don't really understand why they're not marking Coward's End with like Flamethrower and where's the other one? Bramo as anti-synergies, because those abilities are going to damage creatures, and Coward's End can't kill damaged creatures. So your control's really weak if you're looking at these 3 stats: Amber control, artifact control, and creature control. So your strategy should be rush, right? But the problem with rush in the current meta is you need your rush to come from pips or from play effects. Because with 21 creatures, you're not, and this being a non-enhancement set, you're not going to have a lot of amber pips unless they're innately in the deck. So you've got 11 amber pips of your 20 expected amber. So you need to be able to keep a board to rush. And so the immediate competitive problem is this is going to be really weak against any type of deck that has the ability to board clear. So if any deck has a hard board clear like Gateway to Dis, able to trigger Harbinger of Doom, Axiom of Grisk, all those cards, this deck should be able to reset pretty quickly. But the problem being, in that time you might have lost tempo. So I think that might be an initial struggle, but at the outset it looks like a pretty decent deck. You've got a key cheat, you've got 1 scaling amber, you've got 1 board wipe. I don't count Coward's End as a true board wipe. It's just like Axiom of Grisk. Effective power, they just manipulated some of the effective power stats here. I don't think effective power matters at all, at least in the current meta. Like, boards get wiped and cleared and bounced way too easy right now. That board power only matters if you're facing against an opponent who does not have the ability to reset a board. But past that, yeah, Drummerknot and Ganger Chieftain is a gross combo. Especially when your opponent kills one of your Drummernauts and you're holding in hand the other one. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to do this combo again. Cool. Yeah, it's a list I like. It's a list I wish I had gotten in AOA, because I have nothing with this good of stats in AOA. thing I love here is this plus 17 synergy. I love decks with high synergy because they don't fight against themselves. The whole deck is working toward a strategy. All right. But, ooh, it looks like we've got Kalemish, the Tailor of the Museum. Let me look at that. And I apologize if I keep muting my mic. I got the sniffles. I don't want to do that in my microphone. It's gross or in your ears to hear someone go. A couple 60s. I have a couple 60s that could be competitive in a right competitive pool. They have some bad matchups. I think the problem with 60s, mid to high 60s decks is that their matchups are pretty reliant. So I've got one deck called Butcher Kim that is my favorite low rank, quote unquote, non-competitive deck. It's a 69 SAS now after the update. Because the SAS just got updated 3 days ago. It does a whole bunch of crazy stuff and relies on Star Alliance. I can play an entire game in Star Alliance and win. It's got like, I think 8 or 9 Star Alliance creatures and then 3 upgrades. And 2 of those are Helmsman Spears. Let me pop that card up. So I've got 2 of those. And so I can just fly through my deck. I can draw, if I've got both spears out, I can draw 12 cards in a turn. And if I've got my other 12 cards already on the board, I can go through my entire deck in one turn. That being said, sorry, I'm going to get back to Fighting Walloon's deck here. So we've got Kalemish, the Tailor of the Museum. It's a Coda deck. At 11 synergy, 3 anti-synergy. Triple Dust Imp, double Arise. So that's gross. Pop the Dust Imps, reap until your opponent feels like killing them, and then Arise them back. Mars. I don't like that Mars list at all. That Mars is unbearably reliant on it maintaining a board, and in Coda the Marsh creatures are really weak. You do have double Tunk, but what you're going to face right now fighting Walloon in a lot of competitive is you're going to face a lot of bounce mechanics. So Hysteria, Fear, Nature's Call, Lost in the Woods, all kinds of mechanics that take your creatures off the board without destroying them. These Ulag Megamouths can do some work if you're able to keep them on the board. Ether Spider is a great card to have early. The problem is if you draw your Ether Spider late, your opponent will probably be seeing the answers they need for Ether Spider. And I'm also not seeing... Yeah, you don't have any ways of really protecting Ether Spider other than Guardian Demon kind of healing it or popping it next to the Shadow Self. So I think Ether Spider here is actually is kind of a crutch. Great when you can drop it, but you're probably going to get a couple turns use out of it, and your opponent's just going to let that Amber build. And then they're going to kill it when they've got probably 2 keys worth of Amber on it, or near 2 keys, and you have no scaling Amber control. So if they're able to do that if they're able to let Ether Spider build and then kill it, or bounce it somehow before you're able to close the game out, you've lost. Fagin Urchin is a fun combo. The problem being purge effects. So if you're facing against an Infernus or anyone with Oubliettes, Creeping Oblivion, all those Purge cards, they see Fagin, they're going to hit these Urchins immediately. But all of that to say, the speed worries me because I like faster, efficient decks. I don't necessarily mean I like fast rush decks. I like decks that can get through the deck about 1.5 to 2 times a game. So you're going to have a hard time getting through your entire deck in a game. But 21 creatures, Gateway, and Ammonia Clouds. I mean, if we look at raw stats, right? We look at this right here. Amber Control and Amber Expectancy. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of talking today. Lots of phone calls. Trying to get government people to do their jobs. The Artifact and Creature Control. I like these numbers. I genuinely like these numbers. I aim for about 20 plus expected, about 10-ish Amber Control, at least 1 creature or Artifact Control, and about 10 or 12 Creature Control. So these are nice stats. And all of my criticism and all my critique is not to say this is a bad deck. I'm just, I randomly highlight stuff when I'm talking because I'm super fidgety. Ignore the highlighting. It's not for any purpose unless I highlight and say, look at this. My critiques aren't to say that this is a bad deck. My critiques are just to say the things that you might need to watch out for when you're playing competitively. Hysteria and House Dis are at the top of competitive right now, so if you don't have a deck that can survive House Dis control, if you don't have a house that can survive House Dis control, you're not going to necessarily fare better than probably 50 to 55% in competitive. No, that's fine. I've never played against you, and I also don't critique people on their play. I don't know if Mark and Orion are watching the stream. I know they both got stuff going on today, but when we played locally, a lot of my way I would address talking and just seeing them do something that I wouldn't have thought of or I wouldn't have done. I don't say like, that's wrong, you shouldn't have done that. I'll ask like, okay, can you explain to me why you did that? Why did you make that choice in that moment? Because it might be me needing to learn something and need to see something differently. So I don't ever approach comments about a deck or play in a way that I know better. I approach it out of genuine curiosity because every player is going to play differently, and I can hand you the exact same deck and we have 10 people play it, and it's going to be played 10 different ways, especially if we don't coach each other on, okay, this is what this deck wants to do. So what survives House Dis control? Nothing. The catch is, so the biggest control right now is Infernus. On play, here I'll pop it in chat. So on play, purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Your opponent loses amber equal to the total amber bonus on the purge cards. So ultimately this card is used best as amber control. Not only are you making your opponent lose amber, but you're also removing cards from the game. So the way you survive that is it's like 3rd tier, like super high tier play. Or I guess tier 0 is super high. I'm going opposite way with numbers. Tier 0 play is trying not to play those crucial cards you absolutely need until an Infernus or the Infernus that your opponent has have been played. Because then they're not in the discard pile and they're not a legal target for the Infernus. Sometimes you just can't delay it, and honestly, Discontrol is generally slow. But here's the catch, the caveat. If Infernus is the main mechanic of your opponent's deck, it counters Rush very hard, traditional Rush. So anything that relies on winning the game by Amber Pips, House Dis, Infernus-based decks counter that very hard. That is why they exist, is to put a checks and balance against Amber Pip Rush. Honestly, the best thing to do with House Dis is, unless you also have a House Dis control, you're not going to out-control them. So know your deck well, play it tight, play it efficiently, and know their deck and know what tricks they're going to try and play to see if you have any way to play around them. So the best way to, a very long-winded answer, the best way to combat House Dis control is to know what they're trying to do and to not just blatantly walk into that mechanic or that strategy. So if they want to bounce a bunch of creatures, maybe don't build a really wide board. Stay with 1 or 2 houses and just reap for 3 or 4 amber a turn, and make them make that difficult decision. Is it worth playing Hysteria just to return 3 creatures to my opponent's hand? Or is it worth playing a board clear when they've only got 3 or 4 creatures on the board? It's going to slow the game down, but it's a very easy choice for, if I'm playing a House Disc heavy control deck, it's a very easy choice when my opponent's got 12 creatures on the board. I'm going to board wipe. I don't care if it kills my board. If I'm behind on board pace, I'm just going to clear the board. If I've got better play effects than my opponent, if they have more creatures than me, I'm just going to bounce my board and replay all the House Dis I have. So House Dis doesn't like when people play around their mechanics. It's not a very adaptable house. It's very one-minded. Just kind of an example. So I'll use your deck that you listed. So in House Dis, you've got Dust Imps, Soul Snatcher, Tentacus. All of those scream, I want to make Amber. So your House Dis is not a control house. Your House Dis is actually in this deck, your Amber Rush deck, or your Amber Rush house. So if someone looks at this list, they're going to know, okay, House Dis is not what's going to control me. It's actually going to be this House Shadows. And then House Mars is the supplemental house. Ooh, that's gross. That is what I was worried about. So yeah, that's why I said this House Mars list just is ugly. I generally don't like when houses have disparate SAS rankings, because ultimately with a 30 in Shadows and a 29 in Dis and then a 17 in Mars, when you're drawing cards, you're generally not happy to see any of these Mars cards. And I've played games both as and against decks like this, where anytime I drew a Mars, I'm just using that house as an example. Anytime I would draw from the weakest house, I would just discard whatever I drew. Like I'd call Mars and say, okay, I'm discarding 4 cards. Your turn. Because this house is it's not trying to do anything that's adding to your deck's strategy. Yeah, if it had even an average Logos, the SAS would bump over 80 easily. I think part of that is because Logos is overrepresented in SAS right now, as is Dis. I'll pop over my other screen. Close. I'm an hour in and no one's challenged me yet. I see how it's gonna be. You're good. I mean, it's no skin off my back. My Friday, I chisel out 3 hours to sit in front of a computer and chat with people and play Keyforge. So if people don't want to challenge me, they don't want to challenge me. Family stuff. All right. Well, I guess I'll let you go to your family stuff. I am always happy to talk about Keyforge, anything and everything Keyforge. So if you ever want some more deck analysis chat, hit me up on either Facebook or Twitter. I almost said Instagram, like, no, I deleted that. But have a good night fighting Walloon, and I hope I didn't totally blow your brain with a ton of information. Oh. Sitting at a computer all day and then coming home to sit on a computer to stream. it's rough on the back. I think my opponent probably has a 68 or lower deck. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Just because I'm that kind of person, I'm just gonna check. The reason I'm being so stern about this is because I do not have a good deck for this week. So I am furiously digging into my archives. There we go. I generally do, yeah, this is just a random game. I'm hoping someone challenges me tonight. I generally want to mulligan for either the Dark Amber Vault or at least half of the Niffle Ape or the Niffle Kong. Generally the full Niffle Kong, but problem is if I go first, Dark Amber Vault's not great because then all these Amber Pips are pointless. Excuse me. Got Lucky Dice. I'm gonna go Untamed. Let's drop Niffle Grounds and drop Flumph. I'll be here. Doing streamer things. Lucky Dice, so I can't do damage. It's interesting. Yeah, they can't be dealt damage at all, so let's go Saurian then. Let's just next level play this bitch. Let's go there. Axiom, boom. Can't be dealt damage, but they can be outright destroyed. Come on, opponent. If they hadn't have played Lucky Dice, I was going to go straight into a Dark Amber Vault turn because I've got 2 mutants, which give me 2 card draw, 2 capture, and 3 damage. So it would have been a good Shadows turn there. I'm playing Star Alliance. Lay of the Land to do a little tutoring effects. Problem now is, boy, let's just go shadows, I guess. So I'm gonna play, let's play Shoulder Id. I can't reap with Faust, so I'm gonna put Shoulder Id over there, draw a card. I'm going to play I'm gonna play Splinter. I'm gonna play Dark Amber Vault, capture 1 on Shoulder Id, 2 damage there. And then I'm gonna play Sacro Thief and do 1 damage there. Let's capture there. Let's play an Opportunist right there. Call it good. I should have played the Splinter after I dropped the Dark Amber Vault. Got a little ahead of myself, but I did want to have a good target for the damage. So I was willing to take the less than optimal card draw to help me spread my damage out and not have to kill one of my own creatures. I do have a nice Untamed. I do want to see either another creature, another damage pip on something, or the other half of my Niflkong. So I'm going to go Saurian. Drop my Prefectus Ludo. Hit the Dark Fairy. Play a Curiosaurus. And then all I can do with Faust is fight, so I'm just going to leave Faust as is. Because I don't want Faust to die. So this upgrade ultimately makes Faust just sit there. The nice thing is, one of my axioms is a normal axiom. My other axiom has a damage pip. So why is that nice? Because I can nuke off wards. So I can pop a ward with the board clear and then more effectively kill creatures. Tempting offer, return Flumph to my hand, okay. Oh, they mugged, okay. I was like, how did they get the amber off there? Let's see. Ooh. Boom, boom, boom. This is a difficult choice. So I do draw a card for each mutant. I'd be playing 2. I'm gonna go Untamed. So let's just start with Fandangle. Draw a card. I'm hoping to draw something that will set me up for a good rest of the turn here, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So then I can play in It's Coming. Let's grab the bottom half, shuffle the deck. I'm going to save this Resurgence because I'm going to play this Key Frog out and hit the Fairy again. And that's all I can do. I wish I drew this Resurgence later, but it is what it is. Warded Flumph. This is where it gets fun because I can ping that Axiom off or with this axiom, ping that ward off. And I can manipulate some amber enough that I could potentially get a key. Well, no, he just killed my Fandangle, so I can't get a key. I can go 1 amber here, 2, so I'd be at 6, and it would kill my Key Frog. So I can get a key on this turn. So I'm gonna go Saurian. I gotta place this well though. I'm gonna reap there. I'm going to play my Citizen Shrix. Let's trigger the steel first, draw a card. What do I want to ward? I think I'm going to pop the ward here, exalt them to ward the neighbors. Yeah, this will work. Let's axiom ping that ward. Got to make sure I'm doing the right pump. Damage to the icon. Boom. Ward a creature. Let's hit Praefectus, which then everything on my side will be saved except for the Key Frog. And I'll forge the blue key. And then because I captured enough, that puts them off of check, so they've got a key cost of 10, and have no board to my 7 creatures. And they just immediately conceded. Okay. Leave game. So let's see, what would people rather do? Continued deck analysis and breakdowns, or Fight Night? I'm more in favor of Fight Night. Cats are going at it right outside the office. So, quiet night tonight, huh? I know there's actually a lot of other streams going on, so that sucks. But that being said, because it's such a quiet night, I'm going to take an early break, and hopefully people are ready to knuckle up and challenge me and throw the gauntlet down. So I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes, and be ready to get my butt whooped. Sorry about the break. I am back. Oh, and welcome to the Crystal Hive. Thanks for the follow. Very quiet night. I know quite a few other streams are going on, so those that are watching my stream, I appreciate it. It's a Keyforge heavy night tonight. Got a challenger. All right. New follow and you're challenging me. This is great. So Gyro, since you are relatively new, I have no idea if you've been lurking and watching for a while, but I am open to any format, any deck restrictions, anything like that. So go ahead and give it some thought, or if you already know, let me know. What are we playing and what format are we doing? Well, welcome. Trial by fire, right? You're brand new and you get to challenge me. Just now I'm worried you're going to kick my ass and you're just going to bounce. You're like, this guy's not worth watching. but welcome to the stream. What format or what style of decks? All right, you're going mass mutation. Any house restrictions, any deck or any game format? Or do you just want to play? Doesn't matter, just play a game. Play anything. Okay, I'm gonna, narrow it down because I have quite a few decks. Are you playing something more competitive or more fun? I don't want you to bring something fun and like mid-range and me to just bring my pure competitive. Have it be a weird match. All right, you bring in a competitive deck. Let me pull up one of my competitive decks that I've really been enjoying lately. It's not infallible, but I've been having a ton of fun playing it. All right, so I'm gonna hop onto Twitch real quick and send you a whisper with the link to the match. Here we go. This is always a little clunky. Here we go. All right, you should have a whisper from me that has the link into the match. Oh no, you've got the join match bug. Let me close that. Let's try that again. I hate that bug right now. So many people have it. Let's try this another time. Try that one. Oh, my whisper was not delivered. Oh, fuck it. Let me just put it in the stream chat. There you go. That one should work now. Usually it's once you try and join once, and then you try and join another one, you should be good. There we go. Let's do this. Bring it on. Alright, what do you got? You got a mass mutation competitive. Dis logo Star Alliance. Bum, 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 bum. So sorry, new to the stream. So anytime someone challenges me on Champions Challenge Night, I don't have any way of policing this, but I operate on integrity. I ask that you mute the stream if you wish. That's less crucial, but definitely minimize the stream. That way you can't see my card hand. And if you want to mute me, that's great. I generally, when I'm doing Champions Challenge, I don't talk through what's in my hand. I just talk through my immediate turn. So as long as you minimize the screen, we should be good. Definitely a mulligan on that.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Mortivis and Manadork aren't here to appreciate that one. I know they both love it. Alright. Starts with a causal loop, which gives them a nice double archive. So causal loop just gets to return. They do have one amber. I'm just going to go Dis. Let's do the Terror. Toxin, and I'm going to discard that Pit Lord. It's way too early for that. Oh yeah, if you're new to the channel, Gyro, don't make Goober mad. She's just gonna keep pinging that. Just do it. Minimize your screen. Gotta finish going through. So they've got Double Infernus, Eaton's Jar, Mutagenic Serum. So what are they going to get use out of the Mutagenic Serum? Three creatures in Star Alliance. Two or three in Dis. I can't remember how many exactly are. So Mutagenic Serum, it's probably not going to be a super important card for them, but it'd be something to watch out for, a small house cheat. Okay. I can't reap because they played Opposition Research, so I'm going to go Logos. Let's drop Doc Bookton, and let's drop a Positron Bolt. Of course. TCO hates me. This absolutely hates me. House Dis, Implosion, they're probably going to hit Doc Bookton. No, they're going to hit my Toxin, so they're worried about card or hand disruption. Gleeful Mayhem, yep. Let's go Logos for a Strange Gizmo and a Mother. I swear, I'm questioning the TCO algorithm right now for card draw. Today has been a fucking shitstorm of terrible draws. Okay. QMax comes back out. Actually, that's the second QMax because they did not take their archives, did they? Oh, they did take their archives. Okay. And they just causal looped again. That's what happened. Really, this is not going well. So let's go Mars. Soft landing my Grabber Jammer. Grabber Jammer is going to fight Quixo. Martian Hounds on Grabber Jammer. Scout Pete. Say the thing I'm most worried about in this Star Alliance list is probably Subject Kirby, just because I'm house cheating. But that red alert, if it hits me at the right time, can hit me pretty hard. So I gotta be careful about that as well. Bastard Liu. There's Ambassador Liu. It's a really cool card. I've not seen it totally pop off well, but oh boy. Oh boy. So let's go. I think I have to. I think I have to go Dis. Let's pop Snudge. Let's control the weak for. Oh boy. What do I want? Logos is okay. I don't want them to play Dis right now, so I'm gonna call Logos. They could hit Mutagenic Serum, but we'll see. Let's go Pandemonium. Let's put an Ember there. Which ones am I gonna kill? You're gonna go there, and Chan. Keeps him off a key at least. I'm not doing much right now, unfortunately. Eclectic Inquiry, so they've got a lot of archiving. And I'm drawing hot garbage, so I'm hoping I can get a better draw. That was a good standardized testing. Man. This draw in this game is making me look like a fucking chump. Yeah, they hit their serum, so they can use these two. And they discarded a card from their hand. They discarded what? I didn't see. Titan Engineer. So... Jesus. I have fucking 15 Amber already. So... God. I guess I have to go Dis. Let's go Gongoozle. And control the weak and call Logos again. Let's just clog the hand here. They should Mutagenesis Serum and QMax, right? Yeah. I don't know if they've got anything else. I'm getting obliterated. This feels great. Welcome to the stream, Jiro. Kicking my ass. Okay. I gotta go Logos. I wish I had this card earlier. Let's go Library. Followed by a Positron Bolt. Pew. Let's go Twin Bolt Emission. There and there. Let's reap. Play that. Wild Wormhole. It was a really good turn. It's going to be way too little, way too late, because Strange Gizmo is going to pop, and they're going to get a check just on that. Oh boy. Yeah, I need that library access early. Seeing it on turn 7, or I think it's out on turn 5 with really no logos to make it even worth it. That's a rough, really rough draw for this match. I don't think either of us did anything wrong. I think it's just that game. Reason I was cursing TCO, I'm talking like this game's over because it is. I don't have enough Amber control. The unfortunate thing is, yeah, and I'm locked in the logos, so this is going to be GG. I'll just play it out. It's going to take another 30 seconds. So I just drew absolute shit. Like, my first 2-3 turns all day have been 2/2/2s. And I'll play a house, and this is why I was saying TCO just hates me and I'm questioning the algorithm. Because I will play 2 logos. No one else is queued up. Sure, I'll do a rematch. Anyway, so I'll end up playing 2 logos. I've got a 2/2/2 hand. I'll play 2 logos, and then I draw 2 fucking logos. Or I'll play 2 Mars. I'll draw 2 fucking Mars. And without fail, every game I've been in a 2/2/2, I will immediately draw the house that I just played. When I have a completely full hand and nothing in my discard, probability should say that the house I just played is the least likely to be redrawn. But every time, I will always redraw it. I don't know why. I think I'm just in a weird cycle, I guess. Yep, starts with causal loop. Same start as last time. There you go. I'm going to start a little differently, but essentially the same, because Pit Lord in my opening hand apparently is a thing. And see, like, again, I just fucking played, I went dis and called Succubus, played Pit Lord, drew right into 2 discards. Now, there wasn't a 2/2/2, but probabilistically, the most likely house for me to draw there would be Mars, because I didn't draw any, I hadn't played any. So there's 12 Mars cards, there were 10 dis, there were 8 logos. Should have drawn Mars, but nope, drew 2 dis. So, good times. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna try and not rage too much. Whatever. Sure. Dis, Arepa Succubus, Control the Weak. You can play Logos again. I'm going to discard Arise. I'm going to take the Archives, take Causal Loop, Reap the Q-Mix. Yep. Fucking woof. So in this instance, I need to go Logos. I'm going to play Wild Wormhole. Hope to pull the library. I don't, but I at least pull my Grabber Jammer. So I'm going to go Mother. And then let's go Ganymede Archivist. I'll just play Twin Bolt just to play it. Their board last game wasn't too scary, so damaging these creatures isn't a great idea. It's not a terrible idea. Eaton's Jar, I'm being locked out of playing let's see what they decide. EMP blast is out. Okay. Gleeful Mayhem. Yep. Yep. Makes sense. Holy hell. I gotta check out the stats on this one. 3-0 in Chainbound. 79, so it's up there. I'm playing an 82. I gotta go Mars. I have to. I'm going Deep Probe. I'm getting rid of Star Alliance. I hit 1. They're probably all sitting in the archives. Yeah, they've got an Infernus, which I will be seeing here because they're gonna hit Pit Lord. I guarantee it. So let's go Soft Landing onto a Grabber Jammer, Ixley Marauder, and then a Jammer Peck on a Marauder, and that's Reap. Pulls him off a key, puts me in check. Not a great board state, but yeah, they're gonna call Dis, they're gonna drop this Infernus, mark a Dis, and then they're going to Histricog to kill. Yep, here comes the Infernus. They're probably going to hit Pit Lord and Deep Probe or Control the Weak. Yep. It's like I've played this game before. Okay, so that's Deep Probe. Let's hit Star Alliance again. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Awesome. I mean, there's no way I can card count that. Archives gives so much unknown information. Unfortunately. They're going logos, they take their archives. So are you telling me they've genuinely not drawn their Star Alliance? Titan Engineer, yep. Yep, they're gonna bump key cost. Vision Bloom for Calls a Loop. And the amount of amber gain that deck has is crazy. There we go. Fight Histricog. So I'm going to go... What do I get? Okay. So let's go Dis. Let's drop Schuler. Let's Gongoozle to hit Histricog, make him discard. Lost a Chan, that's fine. Let's go Snudge. Let's Arise, play. Oh boy. That's a rough choice. Let's grab my Mars. This is looking a lot like last game. I can't keep up with the tempo. My deck is not a rush deck, it's also not a control deck. It's just a good, consistent deck. Problem is, when I'm playing against a much faster deck, that quick, or that even keel paced deck doesn't do much. I'm gonna hold that. Okay. Oh, my back is killing me. I'm gonna blame that. That's why I'm not doing well. My back's killing me. This is not going well. It's not going well at all. Just gonna slouch back here. Pain reaction, yeah, kill my grabber jammer. I think this is really just a matter of we're both playing two very good decks, but I think my opponent has a better counter to what I have. I'm not countering essentially really anything that they can do. So I'm trying to do my thing while they're able to really just control and dictate the tempo of this match. So it's not that either deck is bad. It's more a matter that my opponent has a stronger counter to what I'm trying to do. Because I've got absolutely nothing to answer this. Nothing to answer this. And I know I can't draw into anything. So I'm just gonna pop that concede, give them the win they deserve. Yeah, I have nothing to do. I'm just gonna pop out of there, so I'm not trying to type and talk at the same time. So yeah, I mean that was just very much what's the word I'm looking for? It was very much the story of Keyforge being about the matchups versus the decks. So the deck that I was playing, I've got about a 68, almost 70% win rate in competitive queues. But yeah, sure. I mean, thanks for kicking my ass. I think you've got a deck that is just a very, very hard counter to what that deck I was playing is trying to do. So just on deck list alone, you had the upper hand and your card draws were so much better than mine. You were cycling those causal loops and those Q-mechs perfectly. Like, it was giving you every card you needed. And I whiffed on 2 deep probes, so that's just gonna screw my game up. But thanks for the match. I always like seeing decks that just absolutely obliterate my stronger decks, because it just proves, even though this deck is really, really good, it's going to lose to something. Something will counter it. Paintball life. Yeah, cool. Follow me on Twitch or YouTube. YouTube, I never live stream on YouTube, but I do port all of my VODs over there. So they're available the day after, so exactly 24 hours after I start streaming. So tonight's stream will be available tomorrow at 5 p.m. Tournaments, I don't host any, but I do play in some occasionally. It's kind of hard. A lot of the weekend tournaments are really rough on me because of my stream schedule. And a lot of those tournaments actually have do not stream rules. But if a tournament I join allows me to stream or is not on a stream day, I join those. And in person, I've traveled. I've played Vault Tours. I play Chainbound weekly. I mean, outside of COVID. So for the last year and a couple months, haven't played in person anywhere. But yeah, I do play competitively. Went to the Denver Vault Tour in 2018 in the single year Vault Tours that was allowed. So I get out there. Can't always say that I play super well, but I do love the competitive scene. And I love meeting new players. Yeah, I'm not kind of talking about whether I do or don't host tournaments. I don't host any tournaments because I'm a one-man show here, so it would just be way too many logistics for me to handle. I've got tons of side projects, so I just don't have the time to commit to run a tournament properly. So I join them versus hosting them. Alright. Just playing a random queue here. Nope, not a fan of this starting hand. I'm going to mulligan. And let's go ahead and go shadows and drop a splinter, I guess. God, I play a shadow, draw shadows. I'm really curious. So anyone that goes first, or it really doesn't matter, on first turn, I am curious about how often people are getting the exact same house when they play that house for their first turn. Tempting offer, bounce it, reap. Alright, I mean, they're going to use my Secret Needle, so I might as well just use it on myself. So I'm going to Secret Needle my Splinter. Don't want them to get a kill and gain an amber off of it. And there goes my board. So, woof. Let's go. Let's go untamed. Fandangle, Dark Fairy, Keyfrog. I gotta get that Nexus off the board. I don't really want to use Resurgence right now. It's way too early for it. I'm gonna discard it. Yeah, they're just gonna keep abusing that Secret Needle with Nexus. Yep. That'll do it. Boy. I don't believe that they are playing a 68 at all, but they could be. No, they're playing a 64. So they just gotta... I think I'm just getting screwed on card draw today. It does not... Like, none of these games have felt good. Even outside of streaming. Let's go left. Let's put an amber there. Let's play defense initiative. Sure. I mean, so what in their list is really setting them down, pulling them down? I mean, that's not a great Brobnar list. Yeah, they're just gonna keep calling shadows. Honestly, it is what it is. They've got a solid house representation. They might as well abuse it. So honestly, if I were them, I would fight Keyfrog. Or they're going to needle the Keyfrog. Or they're going to needle Faust. Okay. I mean, essentially the same thing, but... sure, I need to go Saurian. Like, I have to get board control back. And the way I do that is by doing jack shit. Yeah, like, I literally... Oh, God. It felt good for it to be Friday, and now it doesn't feel good for it to be Friday anymore. Happy fun times. Good lord. Let's just go Dark Amber Vault. Capture an Amber there. Let's pip 2 Amber. Hit that again. Let's pop a Nexus out. Happy fun times. Nope. This is just the day of making Brian very humble by just pissing him off and playing a bunch of shitty games. Oh boy. I mean, yeah, you're just gonna reap? No, you're gonna fight. You're gonna be that guy. You're not gonna just close the game out. You're just gonna fight to do it. Okay. I saw that's no. Just no. Just no. Just no. Big ol' no. When I'm sitting on 0 amber, 0 keys, and they're in checkmate, just fuck that game. Fuck that guy. Nothing against the player. It's not a very fight heavy night. Not a lot of challenges. I'm easy pickings tonight. I'm haven't won a single game all day, I don't think. If anyone wants a free win, just challenge me to a match. Mugged my Flaxia? What? Oh yeah, I know I am. I am doing that intentionally, trying to entice people to fight me. Usually on fight nights, if I'm just playing a game to kill time, I leave it on the intermission screen. I usually only show my random games at the initial start of stream because I know it's around 5 o'clock is kind of a weird time for people to start watching because a lot of people are leaving work. So I have been toying with the idea of pushing stream back to 5:30. But for now, I'm doing this intentionally. And also, I don't like showing how bad I've been playing all day. It's just not a good Keyforge day. It's probably because I'm all dressed up. Keyforge doesn't like me looking all professional. They want me to just chill out, man. Be cash. Oh, there's a board wipe. Oh boy. They got Deacillus. They do. Nursty. I stopped streaming at 8, so I got another hour. And you didn't want to watch that match I was just playing anyway because the guy was being an absolute dick. Or person, I don't know their gender. I asked them to play a 68 SAS or below because I'm continuing to test my 68s. In the lobby, they said, great, good to go. Hit start. Didn't even bother checking it because they took quite a while to pick their deck. And then I'm like, man, this deck is kicking my ass. This can't be a 68. It was a 77. So I just said, fuck off, and left. I didn't actually use the words. I just said, I love how you told me it was a 68 and took so long to pick a deck. And it's a 77. So, dick move, bro. Yeah, total dick move. But it was fun. I mean, I was doing fine. I had a great start. I think if I was playing against a like ranked deck, I had a really good start for once. The deck I was playing, I could pull the deck list up. Yeah, doesn't it like people just suck? I mean, I try and not feed into the trollism of just people being dicks. But I mean, so I was playing this deck, Wu the Undertaker of Kisswell, which is, I love the deck name, the Archon name. I had a really good house dis start. I started with Bornit's Touch, purged a Radpenny, and then what did I play? Rotgub, Lilithal, and Harbinger. And then I drew into triple Ghost Hawk with a Flaxia. And so I just got use of all my disc creatures that I dropped to drop a Flaxia. I was on check on turn 2. And then they go and boom, drop a Deicilis. And that's when I was like, this can't be a 68. Because they had Deicilis, a whole bunch of Amber or Capture and Exile. Wow, Capture and Exalt manipulation. Yeah, and the Maverick Mug. I love it. It's such a good Maverick. Because I do capture a decent amount in my Saurian. So being able to pull that Amber off my own creature in a Saurian turn is nice. But it also can obviously steal Amber off my opponents. And then I've also got a Key Charge. So my Ghost Hawks help fuel that Key Charge really well. Seeing Ghost Hawk isn't always the best, but you know, I've got a regrowth so I can play it. If it dies, no big deal, regrowth it. I don't really want to regrowth much else. The Flaxia, maybe. But Imprudent Murmuk is a nice play too. Makes my, if I can get that out on a Key Charge turn, then I only have to get the 6, generally. So it's a fun deck list. I just don't, I don't enjoy people being dicks. I don't think anyone does. And oh god, I can't remember the comedian. There's a comedian that comments, you know, every group has, I think they use the word Jacob or James or something. Oh, wizard. All right. I'll finish my story and then we can get going. Oh, sweet. And our food just got delivered. Yeah, so the comedian just says, every group's got a Jacob. That one guy that no one likes, but no one has the guts to tell him that no one likes him. And and the comedian just goes on and says, you know what? And if you think, my group of friends doesn't have that person, you're that person. So anyone who likes people being dicks is the dick. Sub 68. Well, that makes it very easy because I already have all those decks loaded. We're gonna go private, requires game link. I'm gonna play the deck where I just got obliterated. I'm gonna hop on the Twitch here. I'll send you a whisper with the game link. Nope, wasn't delivered, so I'll just pop it in the stream chat. There you go. Let's fight! Okay. Good luck, man. Typical Champions Challenge rules. So if you're, keeping the stream up, minimize the screen for me. I don't care if you listen to me. If you want to mute me, great. I'm gonna mulligan. I go first. Why not? Let's just start with that. Let's go House Disc, Bornit's Touch, my opponent's deck. I should look at what the deck is trying to do before I grab what I want to purge. Howling Pit. I like Howling Pit. Honestly, looks like Logos' support. Most of the deck is going to be played realistically out of Mars for board presence. So let's go ahead and get rid of... I'm going to get rid of Toxin. That was a weird choice. Weird collection of cards there. Of course, double library. And Stealer of Souls. Okay. Let's go Untamed. Let's go Panpaka Anga. Molfin. Boy. So if they go House Dis, they're gonna kill Panpaka because the others will kill Stealer. And then Stealer won't do anything to Imprinted Murmook. So they'll realistically not go Dis here, but if they do, yeah, they're gonna fight in Archive 2. So they go Logos, drop the Howling Pit, Scrambler Storm, so I'm locked out of actions. Escatera. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Saurian. Let's drop the Broododon to the right to get that +2 bonus. And I'm going to Imperium. Oh, I can't Imperium. I'm going to hold the Imperium. I even talked it out. Can't play actions. Go, I'm going to play an action. It's the kind of day it is. It's the kind of day it is today. My brain's fried from all my work. Sitting on a phone all day and calling government agencies is incredibly taxing. Twin Bolt. Okay. They just played Anomaly Exploiter, so I don't want the Anomaly Exploiter to be able to kill. It's going to kill my Murmook. I don't have artifact control is the problem. I'm slouching. I gotta move the mic here. So let's go Saurian. I always forget that Diplomacy is an alpha, so I had to make sure I read it. Then Broododon is going to Reap. I'm going to play Imperium. I'm going to protect Murmook because it could be killed from Exploiter. And then I'm going to protect Quester Jarda. Lash, 2 Archives, an Ember Imp, Stealer Souls to Reap. They're at 4 of 6. So let's go Untamed. Let's first start with a Mustic Murmook. To the left, let's hit that Ember Imp. Let's Reap. Let's drop a Ghost Hawk, deploy right. Use of both these, and why not? Let's go ahead and exalt and gain an extra amber. So I'm gonna check 10 of 6 to my first key. comes House Mars. Haven't seen that all game, so they've been sitting in the archives. Yep. So probably gonna see a soft landing John Smith. No, just a John Smith. Just a John Smith. And just a Tunk. All kinds of Mars here. Here comes the board presence. That's what I was saying. Their board presence is out of Mars, so I unfortunately have to deal with that. So I'm going to forge my blue key. I'm going to go Untamed. Let's just reap across the board. Let's play a Flaxia. And let's key charge. Call that a turn. Logos turn, so they're dropping Smoko. Bouncing Death Quark. So this is going to be a nice, interesting board clear here. I'm curious what choices they're going to make. As I say, Dominator and Tunks are probably gone. Probably just getting rid of my Murmook. Yeah, they hit the ward. Question is, are they going to keep triggering it? Excuse me. Take out my Molfins. See, the Molfins actually aren't that scary against a deck list like theirs because they don't have a lot of steel. Actually, I don't think they have any steel. So a lot of their Amber control is in key cost taxing with Lash, the Grabber Jammers, Charette just to capture for a little bit, and Shaffles to capture. So they have no steel. So these Molfins, that's why they've stayed on the board for so long, because they don't pose a threat in terms of damage based on steel. But I'm going to go House Dis. Drop Obsidian Forge. Drop an Infernus. My opponent's discard. I'm going to hit the Scrambler and the Twin Bolt. Do I want to play Evil Eye right now? That's the question. Probably. And yeah, I'll go ahead and drop the Harbinger as well. I realize as my back starts to hurt, I start to turn. Because I can lean on my keyboard tray. Ooh, so they... Which two creatures did they grab? I didn't... So they grabbed my Infernus and my Harbinger. Okay. I was just going to type it out, but I was like, no, I can figure this out. Big old Mars turn here. Yup. That's gross. That's mighty gross. Wish I had my Harbinger, but that was a really good sample collection. So I'm going to go Saurian. Let's go ahead and Reap. Exalt. Or Reap. Let's play a Tricerian Legionary. Let's ward over here. Let's play Theros Centurion. I'm going to mug. And then let's exile. I'm going to get rid of Let's get rid of you. Let's put you over there. Checkmate at 7. They're going to get used out of this Grabber Jammer, so they're just going to stay in Mars right now. They're just going to abuse their board. Unless they're going to try and get fancy and go Lash and drop some dis nonsense. I guess they are in an interesting choice because they absolutely must keep me off check, but they need to find a way to keep me off check and also push tempo. Which is why I made the assumption they were going to pick Mars, because Mars has the best chance of doing that. They can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Amber on initial reaps, 2 reactivations of Grabber Jammer. They could also go Ixlo Bolter. That would kill my Ghost Hawk and knock off a ward. Because I think they'd be wary of putting too much Amber on Grabber Jammer because I have big bodies to just outright kill it. They are going Dis, so they're going to Lash me to Key Tax. Probably Shaffles and Charette here. And then dump some more, probably Logos in their archives. That's probably what's sitting in the archives. Yep, so they do have Dust Imp, they have Charette. Now I have to do some math here because Obsidian Forge is +6. So I need to have 12 Amber. Or 6 Amber and 6 creatures, sorry. So I can get to 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. But then I need to get somewhere. Ooh, this would be. Oh, I hate math. That's why I went into psychology. I hate math. So we're like at 13. 12, 11. Sorry, so 13, 12. This won't count because that creature doesn't get killed. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 6 because the bonus Amber. 5, 4, 3 because of the Hecatomb. Fuck it, I'm going. I think I have exactly enough. So let's go Rock Gub, Lilithal, Bornet, Hecatomb. Yeah. Man, that ward was just fucking with my ability to do math somehow. I was just sitting there like, ward, I can't do math. But that's why I love that deck, is because it can, the combo between Hecatomb and Obsidian Forge. I can get a gross amount of Amber out of nowhere for that third key. And if I have, I think on average, if I have 4 to 5 creatures on the board at the time I'm ready to play or to use Obsidian Forge, I usually can get that key to go. And that's with playing creatures out of hand too. Do do do. That was my... Oh, good. So you did have me muted because I was talking through what I was thinking you were going to do on that last turn. I was thinking you were going to call Mars to abuse the John Smiths with either your Grabber Jammer or your Ixtlo Bolter. Because with Bolter, you could have... What? You could have killed my Ghost Hawk. And the Bolter really would have been used to try and dwindle my board down to keep me off of a key with Obsidian Forge. So your choice was to abuse the Grabber Jammer. You just reap once with Grabber Jammer. I'm off jack anyway. But I was worried you were going to... Or the thought being that if you put too much Amber on Grabber Jammer, I could kill it really easily with my Saurian creatures. So you probably weren't going to go that route. And you didn't have any other houses other than Saurian, the one I exiled that wasn't even readied. So the natural other target would have been the Bolter. You would have had to have kept the ward on my Saurian creature there, because if you pop that ward off, I can kill the Saurian for my Obsidian Forge. So I was thinking you would 2 damage to my Ghost Hawk, purge it, and then 2 damage to probably my Molfin. Or just start stacking damage on like my Thero Centurion. But yeah, I don't think I saw any blatant misplays. You know the deck better than I do. It just felt to me like you saw all of your Mars way too late, and I was able to keep tempo for way too long. Right? What? Someone who's not a dick? Yeah, I'm not like a police at all. Like, there's no way for me to police it, but I do appreciate when people actually say minimizing and muting you. I do have like a little overlay I can show you guys real quick. Not that it ultimately matters. I'm gonna start a new game, private so no one can join. Random deck, start. So if I'm playing a tournament where my opponents might be watching my stream, again, because there's no way to police it, let me just go ahead and start game. You can see my hand here. So if I just go into tournament blurs, boom, you can't see my hand anymore. So if someone's being an ass and I can tell they're stream sniping me, just they're countering what I am going to play, then I can just pop that up, and then the only thing is I just need to be wary of not hovering my mouse over the cards, because the cards will still pop up, the little pop-ups. But yeah, I can toggle that blur over if I'm worried about someone looking at my stream. But right, yeah, you don't learn from your mistakes. You don't learn from your opponent's play unless you allow yourself the chance to make those mistakes. And I think that's fair, because if you allow yourself the chance to make the mistakes, you're going to make the mistakes, whether you're going to make them all the time or not. But you get the opportunity to look back like, yep, I should have anticipated. They haven't played their Infernus all game. I should have expected they'd have it in hand when they're at least halfway through their deck. Like that kind of stuff that you accidentally walk into, especially if you look back on the match at conclusion and assume that misplay is what cost you the game. You're never going to make that mistake again, or at least you're never consciously going to make that mistake again. Oh, sorry, I was tabbed out. Let's do it. Okay. What's the format? What are we throwing down? I gotta find a way to automate that noise, so if I'm tabbed out, it gets my attention. I tried. I couldn't quite get it to work just yet. I'm working on it. I'm a streaming newbie. While you're thinking of what our format's going to be, I just find hilarity. So I get a lot of banking, still sub 68. All right, I get banking alerts, just to help me spend or help me not spend my money, help me budget better. And my alerts are like, you've spent an unusual amount of money on rent this month. Nah, buddy, that's just rent in the state. It's just, sorry, that's just the cost of rent in Colorado. All right, sub 68. I wanna, wait a minute. That didn't work. I hit private and someone joined without a link. I call tomfoolery. Right? Like, it's not even the state of Colorado. It's just, sorry, that's the cost of rent, man. And if you're tagging that as too expensive and you're a banking association, you should probably know that rent sucks. So, you know. I've just posted the link in there for you, wizard. Yeah, so I'm trying to find a way to like change these alerts to no, this is just what rent is. So don't yell at me. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Let's do it. Fight. Okay. Let's do this. Might be going. I'm okay with this start, to be honest. Sure. Let's just polish a turd and see what I can do. So we've got a succubus start on that side, so let's go Saurian, Diplomacy, Auxiliary, Theros Centurion, and a Prefectus Ludo. I'm gonna discard Exile because that's a really bad card to get this early, especially when I can't capture or immediately kill something. Let's look at their deck list. They're playing Coda, the Ever-Moving Navigator. They're D-okay. Oh boy, big ol' fertility chant. Oh boy. At most, I can get them down to 6, so I can't restrict myself here. Yeah, that was a big old 6 amber turn. And they got a Legacy Valder. Okay, so I'm going to go Untamed. There's nothing I can keep them off a key, so I might as well continue to grab tempo. So I'm going to go Panpaka Anga, Imprinted Murmuk, and then let's go Ghost Hawk. I don't really want to protect my Ghost Hawk, but I have to. Let's just go there. Let's reap. At least I'm on pace where I'm at check, and they're forging a key, so I am a single turn behind. Shaffles, that's going to pull me off check. Yep. Now, I need to get rid of this Shaffles. I don't want to kill the Dust Pixie because I don't want them to be able to cycle it. They don't have... They have a Witch of the Eye. Do they have a board clear? No board clear. So I think if I continue to push board presence, it's going to be a nuisance for them. So I actually don't want to play Harbinger unless I need to clear the board. So I think I'm going to go Untamed. So I'm going to reap and reap. Play this Key Charge. Forge the blue. And then I'm going to have Panpaka Anga fight Succubus. Because I don't need to kill that Shaffles because I was at 0 amber. So the more pertinent control there would have been to get rid of Succubus so I'd get a full card draw, or full hand draw. Kelly! Happy 2-month anniversary. And hey, did game night end early just because it was too late to start a new game, or did you say, yo fam, I gotta go watch this guy play Keyforge? Because either way, I'm happy. Boy oh boy. Let me go dis. Let's start with a Rock Gub. Let's go Bornit's Touch. Go to my opponent's deck. I do not like Taliga. She going bye-bye. Do they steal much in this? I don't think they're going to steal much, so let's go... Let's go Harbinger, and then let's go Greater Oxtet. And purge that Molefin. Well, you definitely don't want to spend any time with those scrubs. But thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. And welcome to Friday nights. Champions Challenge. Double Shaffles. Well, that's a bitch. Double Shaffles is absolutely a bitch. So, whew. What are we doing here? I'm locked into Untamed. That's good news. Not really. So let's go Mustic Murmuk. Let's hit a Shaffles. Let's go Ghost Hawk. 2. Let's go there. Let's archive that Rock Gub. And End turn, let's hit Jarda. Definitely not going well. Not going well at all. I've not seen my Obsidian Forge, which is rough. I generally want to hit my third key in this deck with an Obsidian Forge. It can handle 2 keys fairly easily. That third key gets a little rough, so the Obsidian Forge really helps it, because I generally build a fairly wide board with this deck. Alright, they're in Brobnar. I'm hoping just that some of their speed has disappeared, because they started out really quick. These Shaffles are doing work though, but they're locking me in the Untamed here. And that is annoying as fuck. So we're gonna fight the Shaffles. Call that good. I'm gonna hit this Auto Legionary. And this Greater Oxted is just getting swole. He's at +6. Ooh, that was a loud crack. Sorry for anyone that does not like hearing that. Now I am curious, Kelly, though. I was thinking about this question and I just crapped out and didn't ask it. What games did you play tonight at game night? Ooh, I'm gonna go Dis. Yes to my archives. Let's drop a Rotgub. Let's drop a Lilithal and a Bornit. And then a Bornit's Touch to my opponent's deck. Let's get rid of... I don't want them to get Amber Gain, so I'm going to get rid of a Fogify. Oh boy. Yeah, let's go the Evil Eye. I know Roll for the Galaxy. What's Horrified? Oh boy, here comes a big... Yeah. Oh, not that big of a turn. Okay. Let's go Untamed. Let's drop a Molfin. Drop a Flaxia. And a Ghost Hawk. Right there. Do 2 Amber Swing. Actually, it'd be a 4 Amber Swing because I gained 2 and they lose 2. Or was it... They lost 1, so 3 Amber Swing. So I'm at check 7 of 6. We're gonna go Fogify, Remote Access, and Graft. So I have to keep them off a key. Boy. I don't think I... Ooh, actually, if I go yellow, I go Dis, take my archives, I Rotgub, I Obsidian Forge. They played their remote access. They have another one in the deck, so they are probably going to nuke it with their action. So we're going to go Bornit. I'm going to Reap, look at my opponent's deck, get rid of that Dust Pixie, play Lilithal. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Just Hecatomb. Boom. Boom. Had a couple dead turns early and just got fell behind on tempo. I mean, that 6 Amber in 1 turn is ultimately what did it. Yeah. Even for the start you had, That 6 amber turn is what sealed it in for you, because that got you... if I had a rot gub or something to keep you off that key... Yeah, if I had some way to keep you off that key, I think I would have come back to take that game. But not having enough amber control on your first key set me behind, and I was playing catch up all game. 2 to 4 monsters to play. Yeah, that's cool. So it's just, yeah, I got it. Universal Monsters co-op game. See, I have a pure Rush deck that's Coda that I do play a decent amount on stream, the Late Smith of Belberg. It needs a key cheat so bad. It can get a key turns generally 2, 3, and 4, even without a key cheat. Usually most of my games with that deck, when it fires the way it's supposed to, the games are done by 6 turns. If I had a key cheat, they'd be almost guaranteed to be done by 4 to 5 turns. Let's pull up the deck list here. It's got a chain-bound record of 5-1. It really shines on the expected amber here with 27. But ultimately, oh yeah, just by seeing it, does that deck have the one you just played? Does it have difficulty winning if it doesn't get the Fertility Chant Dust Pixie? I was doing a pretty good job of handling your board. You beat me to a board clear, but I was going to reap out and then board clear. Yeah, because I was going to reap, I think I had 4 disc creatures, and then I had a Hecatomb in hand, so I was going to get 8 amber, and that would have triggered my board clear. And that would be my worry. That's why I kind of stray away from those decks. At lower SAS, it's fine, because you're expecting it to not always work. But as we learn on stream, and anyone that plays me in person, if your deck relies on a very specific, intricate combo, it will fire against me. There's no question. It will work against me. You'll get the card draw luck you need, and it will work. So if you ever want to play a super combo heavy deck, just play against me, and it'll go. Alright, it is way too close to 8 o'clock for me to start a game. Excuse me. Unless we play Rush against Rush. Yeah, I mean, you gotta know what you're good with. So that's why I play a lot of games with the same deck. I think my top 5 decks in terms of just what I find is strength, my top 5 decks, I easily have 100 reps with each. So playing what you know, and the crazy thing is, even with those decks, I still learn something about the deck or its matchups occasionally. So Keyforge is a game of constantly learning, which I love. And you are welcome. Thank you for challenging me. We're 1-1, so next Friday we're going to have to try and settle that score and kind of sway it one way or the other. But with that, I thank everyone that's joined. Got a new follower who quickly kicked my ass on stream. And I will be back tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, just doing my usual Saturday thing. And I'll be probably just continuing the Test 68s. Trying to get the Cote League. I don't really have any good choices for this round, so I'm really trying to get the reps just to see which one feels the best versus which deck is the strongest. So I'll be doing testing of those on tomorrow from noon to 3 mountain, excuse me, And otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the challenges. Kelly, glad you could hang out for like 30 minutes. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. And remember, when it comes to Keyforge, when in doubt, reap it out. Bye.